Bodyweight squat to alternating punches. So here we want to brace the core to ensure that we're not twisting through the lower back as we punch. So we're going to sit the hips back into a comfortable squat with knees tracking over toes, then stand tall and keeping that core nice and tight. Okay, moving into good morning to overhead reach. So we're going to keep the knees soft, push the hips back with a long neutral spine, then squeeze the glutes to stand and reach overhead. Okay, moving into reverse step back to overhead reach. So we're going to step one foot back lightly, keeping a soft bend in the front knee, then reach both arms overhead while keeping the core braced and ribs down. Okay, next up we got arm hugs. We're going to stand tall with soft knees and gently swing the arms open and across the chest. Okay, we're moving back into our bodyweight squat to alternating punches. And just to recap, we are keeping that core nice and braced throughout, so you can think about pulling the belly button to the spine. Okay, good morning to overhead reach. Okay, we're back into our arm hugs. Okay, next up we're going to be moving into the main section of the workout with our dumbbells. So first up we got double dumbbell squat into curl. So we're going to sit the hips back into a comfortable squat with knees tracking over toes, then stand tall and curl without leaning back. So keep that core nice and braced, girls. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we've got our next exercise, which is dumbbell Romanian deadlift to upright row. Okay, here we're going to soften the knees, push the hips back with a long neutral spine. Ensure that you don't have any back grounding. Then we're going to squeeze the glutes to stand before pulling the elbows up to shoulder height. Let's ensure we keep the dumbbells in nice and close to the body for the Romanian deadlift, and let's ensure that we are not bringing the elbows past shoulder height with the upright row. Okay, we're on to rest period, and then we have got lateral lunge to overhead press next. Okay, we're going to step out to the side, bending the stepping knee as we push the hips back while keeping the other leg straight, then return to center and press overhead with the core nice and braced. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and next up we've got dumbbell deadlift to front squat. Okay, so we're going to hinge at the hips to lower the dumbbells with a neutral spine. We're going to stand tall, bring the dumbbells to the shoulders, then sit into a comfortable front squat with knees tracking over toes. Okay, we got our rest period, and then we're into bent over row to tricep kickback. Okay, we're going to hinge slightly with a neutral spine and a braced core. We're going to roll the elbows back, then straighten the arms while keeping the torso completely still. Okay, so for the roll, we're driving the elbows up and in. Then we are keeping the upper arms and elbows in place as we fully extend the arm. Okay, next up we've got squats across body punches. Just a little note with these, I would recommend using your lightest dumbbells to start. Okay, so we're keeping that core nice and braced throughout. We are going to sit the hips back into a comfortable squat, then stand tall and alternate nice controlled punches across the body, pivoting gently through the upper body rather than twisting through the lower back. Okay, we are on to rest, and then we're on to alternating reverse lunge. Okay, we want to be mindful that we're not allowing any knee cave here. So we're going to step one foot back into a comfortable lunge. We're keeping the majority of your weight in that front working side, about 80%. Then we're going to drive through the front heel to return to standing. It helps to think about bending both your knees at the same time, but remembering that the majority of our weight is staying in that front side. Okay, we're on to rest. Our next exercise is going to be performed on the ground, and we're going to need a single dumbbell. It's going to be dumbbell glute bridge into pullover. Okay, for the glute bridge, we are going to scoop the glutes up towards the sky, ensuring that we're not allowing any lower back rounding. In the top position, we want to aim for a nice straight line from shoulder to knee, and then we're into our pullover. So with this, we're basically going to take the dumbbell overhead only as far as you can go without your back arching. We're going to maintain a nice soft bend in the elbow. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we're going to continue with a single dumbbell on the floor for our dumbbell Russian twist. Lovely, we are going to sit tall with a slight lean back. We're going to brace the core and rotate gently from side to side without rounding through the lower back. Okay, and we've got 15 seconds of rest, then we're into heel taps, which is the final exercise in this round. This one is actually going to be body weight only, and we are going to be lying on the back. Okay, we are lying with the knees bent. We're gently bracing the core so that the lower back is gently pressed against the mat, and we're going to reach side to side toward each heel while keeping the movement small and controlled. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and we're going to take it from the top. So back to standing, back to 2 dumbbells, and we're going to be kicking off with our squat to curl. 3, 2, and 1. We are off. Okay, so let's remember those squat principles. Let's ensure we're pulling the belly button to the spine to brace the core. Let's ensure the knees are spreading slightly outward and not inward. We are sitting the hips down and back, and for the hammer curl, we're making sure that the upper arms are staying in place, so it's only the forearms curl. Okay, you got 15 seconds, and then we're into our second exercise, which is our Romanian deadlift to upright row. Okay, and we are off. Let's do this. So we're keeping a nice flat back throughout, no back grounding, ladies. Let's ensure that the dumbbells do not drift forward, keep them in nice and close. And remember, when we're driving the elbows up, we are not surpassing shoulder height. Okay, that's you got 15 seconds, and then we're into our lateral lunge to press. Okay, and we are off, ladies. So again, we're going to step out into a comfortable side lunge with the knees tracking over toes, then return to center and press overhead. So we're keeping control over the core, and we're also making sure that we are keeping the wrists nice and straight so they're stacked directly underneath the dumbbells. Okay, 15 seconds, and then we're into dumbbell deadlift into front squat. Okay, so again, we're going to hinge at the hips to lower the dumbbells with that nice neutral spine. We're going to stand tall, thrust the glutes forward, then bring the dumbbells to the shoulders and sit into a comfortable front squat. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we've got our bent over row to tricep kickback. Okay, so again, keeping that nice neutral spine with no back rounding. We're going to roll the elbows up and in, then straighten the arms while keeping the torso completely still. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and I'd recommend using your lightest dumbbells for this next one if possible, which is going to be our squat to crossbody punches. Okay, so again, it's all in the core brace here, and we're going to sit those hips back into a comfortable squat, then stand tall and alternate those nice controlled punches across the body, pivoting gently through the upper body rather than twisting the lower back. Okay, next up we got alternating reverse lunge. So again, keeping it nice and controlled, we're stepping one foot back into a comfortable lunge. We're keeping the majority of the weight in the front working side, and we're going to drive through that heel to return to standing.
I got the new one. Them? No, is that, can I say them or not? Them like to move it. I'm gonna say them. Them like to move it. We like to move it. Wait, there's gotta be another one.
Okay, 15 seconds, and we're going to set up on the floor with our single dumbbell for our glute bridge to pull over. And we are off, so we're thinking about scooping the glutes up towards the sky. Nice glute squeeze at the top. We've got a nice straight line from shoulder to knee, and then we're into our pullover where we're keeping that nice soft bend and only going as far as you can without arching the lower back.
I was born probably about 68 years ago over by that tree over there, yeah. And I remember things changed a lot. In those days in Madagascar, it wasn't so commercial, you know? It wasn't no
Lovely stuff, 15 seconds, and then we're into our dumbbell Russian twist.
And who's got the latest fur on their back, you know? Those days it was just me and a couple of the others, you know, doing the jungle boogie, you know.
3, 2, and 1. So again, we're sitting tall with that slight lean back. We are bracing the core and rotating nice and gently from side to side without rounding the lower back. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we've got our heel tap, so that is body weight only, so you can set that dumbbell to the side. Lovely stuff, so again we are gently bracing the core and we're reaching side to side towards each heel. Lovely, 15 seconds, and then we're into our third and final round of the day. So we're going to start with standing and double dumbbells for our squat to curl. Okay, you know the drill, ladies, so we're keeping that core nice and braced. The knees are tracking over toes, and again, in the curl segment of the movement, the upper arms are staying in place while only the forearms move. Okay, 15 seconds, then we've got our Romanian deadlift to upright row. Okay, let's really keep an eye on that technique here, ladies. So we are sending the hips backward, we are keeping the spine nice and neutral, and we are not allowing those dumbbells to drift away from the body. Okay, so we've got our rest and then we're into our lateral lunge to press. Okay, let's be mindful of our core, let's be mindful of our knees, so we're not allowing our knees to cave inward here. Okay, and again, as we lunge to the side, we are straightening the other leg. Okay, 15 seconds of rest and then we're into our deadlift to front squat. Let's do this, ladies. Again, we are sending those hips backward for the deadlift. We are keeping that lovely neutral spine, and then we're bringing the dumbbells onto the shoulders for our front squat. Okay, so we got our rest period and then we're into our bent over row to tricep kickback. Lovely, ladies. Again, we've got that core braced and we're not allowing any back rounding. We are driving the elbows up and in, and then we are fully extending the arms. Okay, we got our rest period and then we're into our squat to crossbody punches. Again, I would recommend starting with your lightest dumbbell for this one. Lovely stuff. So again, the key is in the core bracing here, and again, we're pivoting gently through the upper body rather than twisting through the lower back. Keeping everything lovely and controlled. Okay, we're on to our rest period and then we got alternating reverse lunge. Lovely, let's ensure we're keeping an eye on those knees, and again we are driving through that front heel to return to standing. Okay, you've got your rest, but we're going to set up on the floor with a single dumbbell for our glute bridge to pull over. Okay, off we go. So we're scooping the glutes towards the sky so that we get a nice straight line from shoulder to knee. Then in a nice controlled manner with soft elbows, we are bringing the dumbbell overhead. Okay, and next up we are going to have our dumbbell Russian twist, our penultimate exercise of the day. Okay, here we go, ladies. Rotating gently side to side without rounding the lower back. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, and then we are into our heel taps, which of course is our final exercise of the day. Here we are, ladies, final exercise of the day, and we're keeping that movement nice and small and controlled. Lovely stuff. We've got the final 10 seconds. You've done absolutely amazing today. As always, let us know if there's anything else we can help with.